What's up, guys? My name is DJ. Welcome to Gamma Bro Hulk Reviews. It is not going to be your daily dose of Hulk. It is our weekly Bat Punk sessions with my friend PC, and he's going to introduce you to the new Batman item of the week. Say hello, PC.
What is happening,
AKA
YouTube?
Bat Punk.
What is happening, YouTube? The Bat Punk is back, and we're going to give you another Batman toy review. I'm going to change it up a little bit, try to continue movie-like line, but with a different figure, and another figure that is real and dear to my heart because of the character that it is. 1991 Kenner toy line. This is from Batman Returns. And I know some people are very confused as to wait a minute, it's Batman Returns, but it's Robin. Well, here's the thing with this. It actually comes with a very interesting story. Originally, the sequel for Batman is actually the comic book line that came out last year, the Batman 89. It was supposed to introduce Two-Face, it was supposed to introduce Robin, and the thing was that at this particular time frame, they decided to come out with this toy of Robin that is actually the Tim Drake Robin, or other people would know him as Robin 3. That's why you see the detail of the entire costume, just the same way that Neal Adams designed it with the ninja boots, followed by the slanted angled utility belt going off with the gauntlets and the sleeves that would have secret compartments, and of course the mask and the famous pointed R. But that's pretty much the only reason why Robin was actually decided to premiere as a toy for the Batman Returns line, was because originally he was supposed to be in the sequel movie. Was it up in the air that it was supposed to be Batman Returns? It's like a 50-50 on that. That was pretty much, they figured why not try to release Robin, considering his character himself also recently came out in the comics as well.
He's a very cool Robin.
He is.
So what year did this line come out in?
Batman Returns itself came out about 91, right around the same time. They want to say that the movie came out in 91, but it's been labeled as 92. I remember it being out in 91. The whole entire toy line itself is about 91. Most of the characters that you see that are on the back, obviously you have Penguin, who instead of doing an actual movie design of Penguin, they decided to re-release the Penguin from the DC Superpowers collection and just changed them from the black, white, and red from the original color of being the traditional colors of the blue and a little shaded of purple. And of course you have the movie Catwoman, beautiful Michelle Pfeiffer in all of her glory. Why she has a cat grappling giant gun is beyond me, but and then of course the very first popular line of Michael Keaton Bruce Wayne with the changing armor, which I know that became a very popular figure that everybody's looking for. And then this was also the continuation of different variants of different Batman figures like they did in the Dark Collection. That was a continuation of the Batman 89 movie franchise, along with, of course, the Batski boat, and now a Batmobile, which they had already released before this particular version in the Dark Knight collection. This one obviously turns into the Bat Missile, and then you have the Wayne Manor, which also folds out and turns into the Batcave on one side.
Very, very cool.
And then another, not necessarily a continuation, but in the Batman 89 movie line, they did the accessory kit. So they decided to continue it on with a Batman armory set with an actual hard plastic chest plate, batarang, and a hard plastic mask.
So what are the features of this Robin? What does he do?
Well, this Robin comes with a grappling shooter that you would hook onto the back. You would insert the grappling hook into the launcher, and then until it locks on into place, press the button, and it would just fire. And it would secure Robin, and then it would actually repel him up or down the cable, depending on the switches that are actually right on the back press itself, that you see right there.
Are there any variants?
There is no variance to this particular figure. There is variants to the Superpowers re-release line because they did decide to release the Tim Drake Robin with a similar costume. One will have just the straight yellow costume, or the straight yellow cape, sorry, and the other variant will be the black cape. Whereas this one, they decided to do the whole entire design based from the comics that Neil Adams designed, which is the black on the outside and the yellow on the inside.
Very cool. And how's the cape attached?
The cape is attached just the same way as the other figures, like even the Batman 89. You would just clip it right to the very back of his neck. This version of the cape is actually a little bit longer, and it's actually wider than your traditional cape that you usually see with the Dick Grayson Robin from the DC superhero line.
So how rare is this figure?
This figure is actually, believe it or not, pretty common. You can actually still see these in toy stores, Mercari, eBay. The figure alone, for a price, if you were to look for it online, it actually ranges from about $10 to $15, and then most of it's going to depend on the shipping. But in this particular line, you're not going to find one that's going to have like the no hole punch or anything. This is pretty much when they started going out with just the hook tops.
What's the articulation like?
Pretty much like how you would have it posed and set up. There is no bends to this. Not like the 89 movie line where you saw the knees bend. So with this particular, all that you can move is the legs that go forward and back. You can actually have them do like full frontal like splits, one leg in the front, one leg in the back. The arms, they can actually go completely around. But like I said, there's no bending in any of the joints whatsoever.
Yeah, you can turn the head.
The head you can turn completely around, left, right.
And how's the paint quality? Do these take a beating?
They actually take a beating and they hold up pretty good. The only thing that will fade away on these particular figures is the straps for the front. The yellow will fade. And just like with the 89 Batman figure, the symbol will eventually actually fade depending on how you play with it.
Okay.
The paint holds up just like any other like old school 80s to 90s toy. Same thing with the hair, but eventually like it'll be more chipping than it would be fading. And even the cape quality itself, like the stitching and everything, it actually holds up well over time. Even this particular cape, they reused this cape for the Batman animated series toy line as well. So if you notice that the Robin for that being like the similar costumes, but it's a Dick Grayson, it'll be just about the same cape.
So do you recommend this figure?
I do recommend this figure. I recommend it a lot, especially if like you're a huge nostalgia fan and you want to do nothing but create stories, especially when it comes to like, you want to do the whole entire Nightfall storyline. This particular Robin, being Tim Drake and all, is the Robin that you want to get, especially if you're a fan of his comic series, which I am. So if you want to do like the story reenactment and everything, this will be the figure that I would recommend that you want to get.
So I take it Tim Drake is your favorite Robin?
Tim Drake is my all-time favorite Robin.
Nice.
He pretty much is great in hand-to-hand combat. He's actually been proven in the comics that he can actually beat Damian Wayne in a fight, a highly trained assassin, and he is pretty much more of a detective than any of the other Robins. And even in the line itself for the Red Robin series, he's even had appraisal from Ra's al Ghul. The entire DC universe knows how much of a pain in the ass to get any sort of like compliments from Ra's al Ghul.
Very cool.
Like he's even flat out called him detective, like he did to Bruce Wayne Batman. But yeah, there's like nothing I can really complain about this figure. If I was to rate the figure, the only one thing I could never understand is pretty much the hair. If you take a look at him, he has more of like a block like fro-ish type of hair. Whereas like in the comics, it was always like they could have just done the same hairline, maybe split it in the middle if they were to do the DC superhero toy line. But other than that, that's literally the only complaint I have for the figure of the sculpt is that. So that's pretty much going to be the reason why I'm giving it, between the nostalgia feel and how it was really sculpted and everything, I would give this a 9.8.
Nice. And he pairs well with the Batman that you showed last week?
He pairs very well with the Batman, believe it or not. If you want to go, like I said, storyline wise, like the whole like aftermath of Night's End, where he premieres an entire black suit, that would be completely perfect. Especially if you want to go with the Batman Returns toy line, there would be no problem whatsoever. So, like, as a huge toy buff, you want to do the storylines, you want to reenact it, because I know, like, the latest thing that NECA created was all of, like, the apartment buildings, the displays and everything. This figure is one of those figures that I would definitely get for that.
Very cool. Thank you for the review.
Absolutely.
So I hope you enjoyed this Robin review. Make sure to check last week because we introduced the 89 Batman with the grappling feature. The Batman Returns line is huge, so if you partake in this endeavor, then you're going to have a lot of figures to get and a long line to try to assemble. But I definitely recommend these older lines just because the artwork is incredible. I really like the colors. So please smash that like button. Subscribe if you'd like. Hit the notification bell. And I hope you guys enjoy these videos because you'll be seeing a lot more Batman. All right.
Peace out.
Peace.
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up.